Thank you, sir.
Thank the gentleman. This gentleman's time has expired. Now I recognize the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Jackson.
Thank
for
you,
5
Honorable
minutes.
Chairman Thompson. Thank you, Ranking Member Craig, and distinguished members of this committee. Thank you, Secretary Rollins. I look forward to working with you
Me too.
in the months and years to come. You're head of a department with a budget of hundreds of billions of dollars, over 100,000 employees, 4,500 offices,
That's right.
29 different agencies, and so the job is enormous, and I come here not to fix blame, but to seek solutions. Madam Secretary, your department proudly announced in a May 1st press release that it has terminated over 3,500 contracts and grants totaling over $5.5 billion and canceled nearly 1,000 trainings to eliminate quote-unquote woke DEI initiatives. For the record, does the United States Department of Agriculture under your leadership have an official written definition of DEI? I'm a bit confused. One that would stand legal scrutiny under the Administrative Procedures Act that you used as a specific uniform standard to justify these cancellations?
I believe that we do, sir, but let me check on that, and I will circle back to your office, and we can talk directly.
Okay, thank you. I've not been able to find one. I reached out to the office starting in February. So I would simply just assume at this point, for the record, that the answer would be written no. Under the Administrative Procedures Act codified at Section 5, U.S. Code 551, agencies' actions cannot be arbitrary and capricious, yet we see some of the terminations of these programs without a single written guiding principle. So we have to make sure that this is codified into law. Under the previous Secretary of Agriculture, we had a blueprint and outline of where the department was going. I hope in the weeks and months to come, this is on the thing. The Department of Agriculture has operated consistently by giving us a blueprint. The second question I would have for you, your department has canceled outreach and recruitment in the name of eliminating DEI. So I don't know what it is that's being eliminated, that's being cut, because this DEI is very vague. It means many things to many people. And so if you exclude the long-standing federal hiring initiatives like the Veterans Recruitment Appointment Authority or the Schedule A hiring or Authority for People with Disabilities, both of which are designed to create a more diverse and inclusive federal workforce, would you agree that's a noble goal?
Well, the first thing I'll say, and that I really actually appreciate the conversation, is that the president clearly has been very clear in his directive. We are operating under his executive order on all of the above.
Let me reclaim my time. I appreciate that because I fundamentally disagree with
I
the president, and I can appreciate your integrity, but the president is simply wrong on this, and I hope more people in the administration can speak up to him. He can make a mistake, but it seems like people get very confused and obtuse around him. The federal definition of diversity explicitly includes these groups: the disabled, the rural Americans, which are all groups that have faced barriers to federal employment in the past. By canceling many of these programs unintentionally, they become collateral damage. And so I would like to make sure that we continue to broaden the workforce and pull as many people in. Also, we've talked about now, I see in this declaration about meritocracy. You say your department now operates on meritocracy.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that the 9 merit system principles codified in Section 5 of the U.S. Code 2301 already exist to ensure fair and merit-based hiring free from political influence? That's already baked into this. I don't know why there's new emphasis on saying there's meritocracy. Does the USDA, under your leadership, have an official written policy defining what constitutes merit that supersedes or replaces these congressionally mandated principles? We already have them in the documents.
I am not aware of that, but I'm really glad, again, for this conversation. My commitment is to look at that very closely. Obviously, I'm a big believer in the president's vision on this and the meritocracy approach, but it's a fair question. How do we define that, and what does that look like?
Okay, and that'll be on Section 5. So these terms that mean woke and so forth. There's another term that the have on your website regarding color blindness as a goal that you have. Did someone put into the record that color blindness is a physical impairment, or is there a new definition of what color blindness means? Is that an asset? Can you help me define what is color blindness and the values or merits of it?
My understanding is this is from the executive order at the president's directive, and that we are looking at merit and the best possible employees for the American farmers.
So color blindness, are we talking about having a lack of racial equity, racial justice? Is that the
Yes, sir.
code word for it? Okay, well, the president, again, is wrong, because you know the case of Pigford versus Glickman. It's already been already been documented that there's been a history of racial discrimination, prejudice, and racism. It's already had lawsuits filed and settled by farmers, African American, Latino, and indigenous, that did not have fair access to the resources of our agencies. So I don't want to fix the blame, I want to fix the problem. But if some people are willfully blind, if he wants people going around the Department of Agriculture with mismatched clothes because he is now championing blindness, I think that's wrong, and that should not be classified and singled out. Mr. Chairman, I yield back and thank you for your time.
Gentleman's
I
time
look
is-
forward to continuing
gentleman's
that
time has
conversation.
expired.